Hi. So for those of you that don't know me, my name is Raven. I've been natural all my life, and I am about 32 months locked. So that's going on 3 years in April. So yeah, I love my locks. I've been loving my journey so far. I've been loving watching people on YouTube do their journey and comparing my journey to theirs, seeing how I can learn from other people's situations and learnings. And so it's been a fun journey for me. In watching other YouTubers share their journey, document their journey, share their journey with me and with others, it has inspired me to try and share a little bit of my journey as well. So what I'm about to do is a bit of an experiment. I'm going to do a hot oil treatment first, and I'm going to sleep in that. And then tomorrow, since I've got the day off, so I have some time, I'm going to do an apple cider vinegar soak on my locks. I've done that a couple of times before, and I found it helpful to try and just really clarify, get out some of the dirt that's been building up in them. So I'm hoping to do that, and then I'll wash it, and then I'll put in a little bit of oil or something to moisturize and do my braid out. So that's the plan. So the start is with this oil treatment, and to me it's an experiment because I haven't done an oil treatment before doing like a deep cleansing or clarifying of my hair, and so that kind of seems counterproductive, but honestly, I just don't like to waste things, and I have a lot of oil that I don't particularly want to use a lot. Particularly the castor oil that I have, I find very heavy, and I find that it just sits in my locks and stays in my locks, and so that's not something that I want to use as my everyday moisturizing oil. But I do have some castor oil that I've mixed together with some essential oils that is prepared for a hot oil treatment, and I don't want to throw it away because it is good oil, even if it's not the best oil for me to use in my locks every day. So I do want to do this hot oil treatment, but because I find the castor oil to be so thick and heavy and it weighs down my locks, I then want to do the apple cider vinegar rinse to try and get as much of it out as possible. And I'm just curious to see if doing this hot oil treatment will kind of help repair my locks in a way. Not to say that they're damaged, but I mean, I do notice split ends. I do notice, even though I'm almost 3 years locked, I have a lot of like scraggly ends, a lot of frizz, and for the most part, it's my hair and it's my journey. Hey guys, so it's been about 12 hours that I've had this hot oil treatment going on in my hair. And you definitely don't have to leave it in that long. I just did because I don't have anything else to do today, and I was able to, sleep in it and then just get some things done this morning. But now I'm ready to wash it out and get on with the next part of my hair so that it can start drying once I finish doing the style. And so just for a little background as to why I've got this plastic bag going on and the scarf around it and everything. So I've always, again, I mentioned before, but I've always had natural hair. My mom was really adamant about not using chemicals on our hair, so she wouldn't let us get relaxers when we were younger. And she used to do all sorts of deep conditioning treatments and things like that. And so she'd always stick a plastic bag on our head. And what she always told us was that there is the heat that emanates from our body, and so adding the plastic as a barrier to seal in that heat then allows your own body to continue the warmth and the heat activation of that hot oil treatment. And with the hair being warm, with the environment being warm, it keeps the moisture going in that environment. It keeps the hair follicles open and porous so that the oil can be infiltrating that, can be moisturizing the hair like that. So I just put on a scarf just to protect the edges, try to keep the plastic bag in place so that it doesn't come off as I sleep, and if the plastic bag does start to come off some, then at least it's got this protective satin scarf around the edges to keep that, to still keep some of the moisture in there so that it's not drying out against some other material. Yeah, so with that, I'm going to get on and prepare my apple cider vinegar soak. So the products that I'm going to be using include some apple cider vinegar. I'm also actually going to use a bit of dish soap. Dawn, the Blue Dawn. There's plenty of videos talking about using the Blue Dawn on locks as a way to cut through oil and grease. And so since I've got all of this thick oil on my hair right now, I'd like to use that to try and cut some of that out on the first rinse. And then I will also be using a bucket. So for this first soak, I'm gonna put in some of the apple cider vinegar. And then I am going to add a bit of the dish soap as well. Okay, that's plenty. And now I'm going to take it over to the tub and add some hot water to it. Give it a swirl. Ooh, hot. And that's what it's going to be. So it's been about 20-25 minutes that I have my hair soaking in this bucket, and I did some massaging of the hair while it was in the water. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to shampoo my hair. Alright guys, so my hair is clean. Praise God, it's been a while. After I did my apple cider vinegar soak, I put some shampoo in my hair. Then I got in the shower, rinsed that shampoo out, and then put a little more shampoo in. Again, scrubbed it very well, or zhuzhed, as I like to use. So I did that again with the second shampoo, and then rinsed that out for probably about 10 minutes. Squeezed out some of the water of my hair. The water still wasn't coming out as clear as I would like it for it to be, so then I rinsed for another maybe 4 or 5 minutes, and then squeezed that out, dried my hair, and then thoroughly brushed my hair with this very soft bristle brush. So just thoroughly went through, brushed my hair, started separating some of the locks. So now it is just time for me to do my braid out. To style it. Yeah, I don't really intend to put anything else in my hair. After having done that hot oil treatment and then the soak and then washing it with the shampoo, even as I washed it, I could still feel the oil in it because, I did that hot oil soak for 12 some odd hours, so the oil really did get into my locks. And I'm fine with that for now. Part of me wants to remove it all and, do another 2 or 3 apple cider vinegar rinses and a lot of soap and dish soap and shampoo and everything to get it all out. But it's winter right now. It's snowing, it's cold, it's dry. I'm actually glad to have some oil have penetrated into my locks so that it'll stay there and just keep my locks, somewhat protected. Securing some of that moisture even from the inside of them throughout these cold winter months and while I wear this style for the next couple of weeks. But so with that said, right now I'm not going to add anything else to my hair. I'm just going to, palm roll the roots and then braid it. I'm going to use 6 locks for each braid. And then I'll secure the ends with some small rubber bands that are in here. I'll show you doing how I'll do a couple of them. And then I'll just rock these braids once I get them in for the next couple of days until I decide to take them down. So yeah, see you in a little bit.